Hello and welcome to the Beauty Know-It-All. We're in a different place. We're in a studio in London and there's one reason for it. I'm here with the incredible Andrew Gallimore. He is Nars UK Makeup Ambassador and he's just genius, really. I'm going to try, if I can, to drop in some pictures of work he's done with an incredible photographer called Rankin. He's an artist. He's not just a makeup artist. He's also incredibly modest. I'm here to ask for his anti-aging makeup secrets, and you all know from watching me that I wear a lot of Nars and I love Nars, and he works with some incredible women. He's worked with Pamela Anderson and Gwendolyn Christie, Bjork, New Kylie album cover, and I just wondered if he can work that magic on this face. So what we're going to do is we're going to strip all this off, we're going to go back to the beginning, he's going to make up my face live, and I'm going to ask him for all his top tips while we go about it. So we're back, totally clean, ready to start.
Let's do it.
I've been asking for his advice while he's taking my makeup off as well, and the good news is he's chosen some of the products I actually use. So the question is, how do you choose a foundation for a fairly well-balanced skin, but has obviously got to hide imperfections as you get older?
I think with all skin, it's a very personal decision on what you want to put on it, like the finish, the coverage. But I would generally go for something, if you want to hide imperfections, something with a coverage but not too full. So this is Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, which has a medium to a buildable coverage. So you can add more where you want more coverage.
Which for me is sort of round the nose.
Yeah, like most people.
Like
that
most
kind of
people.
central heart of the face, I think. And that's where I tend to start applying it and build it out, yeah.
Okay, so this is interesting. You've got all your armoury of tools here. Fingers, sponges. What do you apply your foundation with?
9 times out of 10, I'll use a brush.
Okay.
But today, because I'm liking the feel of this, it's really nice to kind of warm it up in your fingers and really feel about where you want a bit more and where you can blend it out to, and then I'll work it with a brush.
Right, let's go.
So a bit of both. So a little goes such a long way with this. It's such a
Well, I was
blendable.
watching a film you did with my friend Sarah that works at the Sunday Times, and you told her off for wearing too much foundation.
She wore loads.
She's got gorgeous skin as
I
well. She's got
know.
nothing to hide. Do you think most women wear too much base?
Yes.
Okay.
And
And
I
is that
think-
because we're putting it on really quickly in the morning or in the car, or?
I think there's many factors. I think there's a lot of pressure to look Instagram perfect. I think there's, as much as there is how-tos and things like that on YouTube and the internet, I think a lot of people don't know what to do with their makeup. And I think a lot of people may choose the wrong texture or coverage that they need. Especially, I see a lot of young girls, like, literally caked in foundation.
It's such a bugbear of mine, Andrew.
And they're probably at an age when they need the least in their life.
And I also think if you wear a lot of foundation, and although I didn't wear a lot of makeup when I was younger, I know one thing for sure, and that is I used to sleep in my makeup because
really?
well, you're too busy having a fun time, aren't you? And if you sleep in modern formulations, they're going to have a problem with your skin, aren't they? So you end up in a sort of cycle where you have to wear more makeup to cover the clogged skin.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm taking a big sort of fluffy powder brush and just circular motions, just buffing that in and out.
So nobody's ever done that to me before. I love that.
Really?
Yep.
I find it kind of diffuses it, so you get this, you're pushing it into the skin a bit more, but you're getting this kind of like airbrushed.
And you're doing it quickly.
Yeah, I don't like taking too long over it. People get bored.
Even celebrities.
Some, yeah. Some are very like, okay, we're done, and up and out of there. You learn to get speedy. About the right amount for you. Because you've got great skin, there's a little bit more around the centre like you asked for.
Because
I
won't get to see any of this until the end, so.
I always like skin to look as real as possible.
I agree.
As little as possible product that I can get away with, the better for me. So that's why this is great, because, like I said, I literally just used 2 pumps of it, and we've done your whole face.
Okay.
So it's very weightless and really easily blendable.
How would you describe the finish?
Real.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't look like you've got a long wear foundation on. That's the amazing thing about it, because most long wears are matte or quite really heavy full coverage. This has got this beautiful natural radiance to it, hence the name. But yeah, your skin just looks alive and flawless. So,
And now my favourite concealer.
now your favourite concealer.
Now, I was
Sierra.
introduced to this by a makeup artist on counter at Space NK who dabbed 2 different colours on me and didn't tell me what they were, and I've never been able to track her down. But my under eyes genuinely have never looked more flawless, and I hate my under eyes with a vengeance. So
I'm going to go for ginger, which is medium 2.
that was one of the ones she used. I think she used ginger and custard.
Oh, custard.
Have you got one called custard?
Yeah.
I'm not making that up, right?
No, there is one called custard.
Now, I have real problem under eyes. They are a combination of everything you could ever want. So I've got crepiness and fine lines, completely normal at my age. I've got dark circles and a bit of puffiness too.
Aww.
That's a triple whammy.
Aren't you lucky?
So, rules for putting concealer on those problems. You don't take it a long way down. You concentrate
No, I
it.
kind of start almost around the corner,
Which
of
is
the
where
inner
the
eye corner.
dark shadow is.
Yeah, it's where you've got a natural, even if it's not a dark shadow, the recess of the shape of your face will create a shadow rather than, you know, you might not necessarily have a dark circle. So it's just kind of bringing that out a bit by using a lighter product like the concealer. I always use it quite sparingly as well because, you know, it is a creamy liquid product. It will kind of sit in creases if there's excess of it. So I use it quite sparingly.
Also, you're using another fluffy little brush to put it in.
I
as
love a
well.
little fluffy brush.
Just this is like a light bulb moment for me.
Fingers and a
I
little
can feel
fluffy
the way
brush.
you're putting it on, that it's blending it super, and it's not moving it out of the way.
You're kind of just buffing
Soft
it.
focusing it almost.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just taking it all the way along as well. And then kind of what I've got left on my hand or brush, I'm just going to do a little bit.
To get rid of the redness around the nose.
Not so much redness, actually, more like what I was saying about, you know, that there's a natural shadow there because there's an indent and the same sort of corners of mouth underneath.
And I feel like I've got no product on my face at all.
Really?
Nope.
Oh, that's nice.
And I love that.
Next, I'm going to do your eyes. So this is from our spring collection. It's a velvet shadow stick called Friol.
This is the one I walked in and I tested it this morning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it that one?
Yes.
I love that colour. It's only because it arrived in my office this morning. Now, can I just say, I put this on at like 9 o'clock this morning. Have washed my hands. Still there.
It's only 9:10.
It's not.
So it's a really beautiful kind of slate grey with this sort of greeny shimmer in it.
Beautiful.
So I'm going to use that on the lid, just stroked along the eye line.
Now, one of the questions I wanted to ask you is, if you're making up an eye that has a tendency to be hooded like mine does, so you don't really see the cut crease, are there techniques for making your eyes look more open?
I think anything that kind of literally opens it up, like highlights on the inner eye corner, no sort of hard, sockety lines, like keeping it all light and airy and letting it breathe and letting it be open, all kind of helps. So I'm stroking that along the lash line and then just buffing it out with another little fluffy brush.
Any anti-aging eyeliner tips? Powder, liquid, tight liner, pencil, winged, non-winged.
So I guess it depends on your eye shape, the texture of your skin. If you've got an oily eyelid, then I'd avoid anything too creamy. Like you want something that, like a gel liner that's going to set and stay, rather than like a pencil.
Wanted palette, as featured on my Instagram. Palette
So
of Lust.
amazing. Beautiful warm brown shades with these shimmering highlighter kind of shades.
There isn't
in
a
there.
single colour in there I wouldn't wear. That's the sign of a really good palette.
Yeah. This one is kind of inspired by what I saw you walk in wearing. It's almost like a kind of antique gold. So I'm just going to put that on the outer third, keeping it all really smudgy and blown out.
Can we talk celebrities a little bit?
Yeah.
Who's your favourite celebrity to work with? Is it Beth Ditto? I presume she's a really good friend.
She is a really good friend. Yeah, I love working with Beth. I'm really lucky. I get to work with some amazing women.
Bjork.
Some amazing women.
Pamela Anderson.
Yeah, and they're all great.
I interviewed Pamela ages ago when she was signed to a brand for a short period of time. She was the single most exciting in the sense that she wasn't anything like I imagined her to be.
Yeah, me too.
For a start, so much smarter, and that's really bad of me because I shouldn't have judged her. So much smarter, really engaged, really intelligent. I love her whole animal activism thing.
Yes, me too.
I got the feeling like I really wanted her to be my best friend so we could go out drinking afterwards.
I got a bit like that with
Except
her.
the PR told me she'd been up the previous night drinking all night.
Yeah, she's fun. That's what I liked about her. Look up for me now. Just going to do the same product, but just on a little smudger brush under your eye.
Do all your celebrities just let you do whatever you want?
No, not always. I like the fact that they have an opinion. You know, they know that if it's the first time I'm working with them, they know their face a lot better than me, as someone that's literally just walked into the room. They've been making themselves look great for years, you know, scrutinised under the public eye. So I like to hear what they like. I like to hear how they do things. I like them to... You learn a lot as well from people like that, you know, they know how to do it a lot of the time. They're really good at it.
Also, you work with the only woman I know that's taller than me in the industry, Gwendolyn Christie, who I saw at BAFTA, and I was like, I love looking up at people, especially women.
Gwendo, yeah, she's great. I've known Gwendolyn for about 18 years. I'm going down the disco in East London.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You used to go clubbing together?
We always used to see each other out and about. I did her makeup on a mutual friend of ours' fashion show, and that must be like 17 years ago.
And is your work with Bjork a real creative collaboration?
Yeah, just when you think you've thought of something, she'll multiply it by 100 and take it somewhere else. It's a real creative process and real treat working with her. And her team's incredible.
Well, when I look at your Instagram and you look at those videos that you create with her and those stills, they are works of art. They're amazing.
As I'm looking at this now, I don't actually want to do loads more. I might smudge it a bit more.
This is the one thing I've learned today. I need to invest in some fluffy brushes.
What would you prefer? Do you normally put your makeup on with fingers?
No, I use brushes, but I tend to use quite angled, firm brushes because I feel like they give me a sense of, I know where I'm placing this. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I realise afterwards I should go back in with fluffy brushes and blend it all out. But then I think the thing is, most of the time I do my makeup in 5 minutes in the morning, and I think, even though I spend a lot of my time on camera, I think, well, it's not about me, it's about you. It's not about me, it's about the celebrity I'm interviewing. It's not about what I look like, it's about what I say. So,
look up for me. But if people are watching, if people are tuning in to your...
I should make more effort.
No, it is about you. I was going to say it is about you. Yeah, I think we can keep it. I think the thing with going in with fluffy, soft brushes is it just takes any hard edge off things, and it kind of, I'm kind of doing this with nothing on this brush in between the eyeshadow and the foundation, so it kind of sews them together and makes this kind of seamless blend. Yeah, I'm not going to do too much more. I might give you a touch of definition in your brow. So this is a Nars brow cream.
Well, it's good that I'm using the right sort of eyebrow brush anyway.
This is my favourite eyebrow brush because it's stiffer, so it actually gets through the hairs. You know she loves that amazing 90s kind of skinny
I once saw a shoot she did where somebody gave her thicker brows.
Really?
It did take years off her though. Well, she looked about
Could you
20
tell it was
again.
her?
Oh yeah.
I think there's such a face changer. Like when someone has them bleached or shaves them off, it's a different person, isn't it?
No. I've just had mine tinted and threaded, which I like, just gives you definition. But I just need a bit at the end because I've got no ends to my brows, yeah.
I feel like a lot of people have that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But I'm obviously convinced you haven't given me an Instagram brow. I know you won't have done.
Could you imagine? Oh God, now I wish like you imagine you do the reveal and you're just like... So, I'm going to do a teeny bit of this highlighting blush from our spring collection.
Okay, because one of the questions I was going to ask you is, Instagram is obsessed with unicorn highlighters and shimmer, and I feel, because of the area it's supposed to go in, as a woman slightly older, this is not an area I necessarily want to highlight, so I'll be very interesting to see where you want to highlight on my face.
I'm going to do it there, but I'm literally just going to do a touch.
Okay.
I'm not going to like plaster it, and I'm just going to like even where the angle of your face there, and I can see where it's naturally occurring.
And you don't mind the fact that I've got a few lines there?
No, not at all. Because if you had a lot of line there and it was going to really exaggerate it and not look nice, I wouldn't do it. But I think the very small amount that I've put there, it does literally just sculpt your face with light.
Yeah. I've never thought of doing one like that before. That's interesting, isn't it?
And this is pinky as well, so it's got that extra kind of...
Warm.
Yeah, that gives it that surreal sort of glow. Then another shade.
I do feel highlighters that you can see from space are never a good idea.
What's the gold nose all about?
I was just about to mention the exact
just
brand
here.
that all the girls are
golden
using at the
nose.
moment. And you know they do those videos, don't they? And they're beautiful people, and they do these videos and then they do this so that you can see it from space. I always think, oh.
It sounds like it should be the new Harry Potter film or something, shouldn't
Yeah.
it? Harry Potter and the girl with the golden nose. So I'm going to give you a bit of one of your faves. Fasten your seatbelts.
It's going to be a bumpy ride. We were just talking about Feud as well. This is, so all through my 30s, early 40s, I was addicted to Orgasm. There wasn't a beauty editor that wasn't, but as I've got older, it's slightly too shimmery for me, I feel. And this is like, you described it as Orgasm's younger sister.
Yeah. So it's a very similar tone. It's kind of in between a pink and a peach. It's got a slight shimmer to it, but not as much of a gold undertone as Orgasm.
And whenever I wear it, all anybody says is, oh my God, what have you got on your cheeks?
So a bit more on the kind of apples of your cheeks. I'm using Bumpy Ride, which is one of my favourites. And then I'm just going to go back in with that brush that I buffed the foundation with and just kind of go around the edges of that. So that kind of blends and sews together the skin and the blush, so there's no kind of harsh shape. And then lip-wise, in the spring collection we have these lip products called Lip Cover. This one's called Summer Fire. Now they're a creamy gloss, which are really highly pigmented. So you can use those almost like a stain.
Okay. What colour have you chosen?
This one it's kind of like the colour of lips, a slightly purpley pink. It's not a million miles away from your natural colour. And I'm not going to line them, I'm just going to keep it all soft, no hard edges. I think I'm done then.
No mascara at all?
Only
I had
what
a
you've
little
got
bit
on.
on, yeah. Yeah?
Okay, so we'll give you a little bit more mascara.
Bring on the stripper lash.
I love that, stripper lash.
I love the way you say I've got lashes. You're not going to see Andrew's lashes close up, but he's got longer lashes than most women I know. Where's the best place to Instagram for you?
Yeah,
Do you answer people's questions?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, so you are
If it's a nice one, at Andrew Gallimore Makeup.
That's it. I will copy it in below. I'll also put it across here because his feed is incredible anyway. I mean, seriously, go and look at all the Bjork and it's amazing. And the Beth Ditto stuff, it's beautiful. As I said, I'm going to try and get some of the ranking pictures to put in. Follow him at Andrew Gallimore Makeup. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. All the product details and the techniques and even the brushes, which I didn't ask him about, will be listed below. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and I will see you soon.
Bye.
There you go. Perfect.
Now you just need to look at yourself and go, what the fuck?